Are you a choice or just a backup option in someone else's life? In a world full of noise and fierce competition, everyone desires to be the top priority in their work, love, and relationships. But the harsh truth is, no one will prioritize you if you don't place yourself in that position first. So, what have you done to assert your value? Have you lived wisely, creatively, and humbly enough to become the best version of yourself? The answer lies in the 7 high-performance life principles, inspired by Stoic philosophy, that help you shape your lifestyle and mindset so you not only survive, but also shine. Stick with me until the end of this video. I promise that not only will you gain useful information, but you'll also find the motivation to make yourself the #1 priority in this life. 1. Live with high awareness. To become the top priority in your life, the first thing you need to do is live with high awareness. Have you ever wondered why some people can stay calm and take control of situations, while others get easily caught up in emotions and react impulsively? The answer is simple. They have trained themselves to be aware and control their emotions. Think about a situation you've experienced, maybe when you felt stressed, frustrated, or had to make an important decision. These emotions can easily lead to poor decisions or hasty actions. However, if you can pause, observe, and understand your feelings, you will be able to respond much more calmly and effectively. Marcus Aurelius once said, "What bothers you is not the event itself, but how you perceive it." This is the key to this principle. If you can control how you perceive a situation, you will not be swayed by emotions and thus make wiser decisions. For example, if you receive negative feedback from your boss, instead of getting angry or defensive, you can pause, think about why you feel that way, and then choose to respond in a calm and controlled manner. This is how you can apply awareness in your daily life, helping you handle any situation calmly and effectively. So, how can you practice this principle in your life? A simple exercise you can try is to take 5 minutes each morning to practice mindfulness. Just sit quietly, take deep breaths, and observe your thoughts and emotions without rushing to react. With just a few minutes of this each day, you will find yourself becoming more insightful and better able to handle situations throughout the day. High awareness not only helps you understand yourself better, but it also helps you interact more effectively with others. When you understand your emotions and thoughts, you will also be able to empathize and connect with others. That's why this principle is one of the most important foundations for becoming a top priority in your life. Remember, high awareness is not just the ability to recognize your emotions, but also the ability to control and respond consciously. And when you master this, you will find yourself becoming a powerful influence and admired by others. 2. Act based on values, not others' opinions. Life will always be full of voices, advice, and opinions from those around you. However, if you are not grounded in your personal values, you will easily be swayed and lose yourself. To become the top priority in your life, you must act based on your personal values, not be influenced by the opinions of others. Socrates, one of history's greatest philosophers, once faced a life or death decision when he was sentenced to death. He could have easily escaped death by abandoning his philosophical views, but he chose death rather than betray the values he believed in. Socrates didn't just live by his values. He accepted death to uphold his belief in what was right. Have you ever had a moment when you had to choose between your personal values and the approval of society? Maybe it was a business partnership, a tempting career opportunity, but one that conflicted with your principles. At that moment, did you have the courage to decline it and stick to your beliefs? To apply this principle in life, you need to clearly identify the 3 most important values you want to live by. These could be honesty, respect, or creativity. Once you have identified these values, every decision in your life, whether big or small, should align with them. Epictetus, one of the famous Stoic philosophers, emphasized, "Do not let what is outside your control disturb you." When you act based on your own values, you will not easily be swayed by others' judgments or external factors. Instead, you will stay grounded, regardless of pressure. You probably still remember Mahatma Gandhi, who always stood firm on the principles of peace and non-violence, despite immense societal and governmental pressure. His steadfastness in his values not only earned him great respect, but also sparked a revolution that changed an entire nation. A helpful exercise you can try today is to identify 3 core values that you will never compromise on, and then take the time to ask yourself with each major decision, does this reflect my values? So, when was the last time you acted under external pressure? And did you feel satisfied with that decision? Leave your answers in the comments of the video. Life will always present challenges, and sometimes tough decisions will come. However, when you act based on your values, instead of letting others decide for you, you will become not only strong, but also trustworthy in the eyes of others. Leading by your own example and acting according to your values is how you assert yourself in this ever-changing world. 3. Live creatively and make a difference. One of the simplest ways to become a priority in life is to never stop creating and innovating. When you live creatively, you not only find ways to solve problems, but also create unique value that no one else can replicate. Creativity is not something grand. It can simply be the way you change your perspective, come up with fresh solutions, or improve the way you work every day. Take a look at Leonardo da Vinci, who can be said to be one of the quintessential examples of creativity. Da Vinci was not only a painter, but also a scientist, engineer, and inventor. He never stopped learning and exploring in every field, from painting to mechanics, from anatomy to mathematics, and in doing so, left a timeless legacy. He proved that creativity has no limits and always opens new pathways for development. As Marcus Aurelius, the great emperor of the Roman Empire, said, "Do better every day. That's how you make a difference." When you focus on improving yourself every day, you will not only elevate yourself, but also create value that others will have to acknowledge. So, what about you? When was the last time you tried something new? Think about it again, because it's the small changes in daily life that can make a big difference. Don't hesitate to try a new way of working or learn a new skill each week. This will not only help you grow personally, but also create new opportunities, ensuring that you never feel lost or bored in your work. Albert Einstein also once shared that imagination is the key to innovation. He said, "Imagination is more important than knowledge, because it is imagination that opens up infinite possibilities." Creative people are never confined by existing rules. They always ask the question, why not? To break through limitations and create new ideas. One simple exercise you can start today is to ask yourself the question, why not? Before every new idea or situation. Sometimes it's this willingness to challenge that will help you find a creative solution that no one has thought of. Finally, don't forget that creativity is an ongoing process. It's not something you do once and then stop, but an attitude towards life. When you apply the principle of creativity to your life, you not only become someone special, but also create sustainable value that can change both your life and your career. 4. The spirit of helping and sharing. Helping others not only benefits the recipient, but also helps you build trustworthy, long-lasting relationships, increasing your own value. And this is also one of the strongest ways to become a priority in life, by developing the spirit of helping and sharing. Let's take a look at the story of Epictetus, a famous Stoic philosopher. Although he was a slave in Roman society, he still spent most of his time teaching others about Stoic philosophy. Not only that, but he also always helped those in need, regardless of his own circumstances. This is a living proof that giving is not about material or social circumstances. It's a choice of kindness and generosity. So, how can you apply this principle to your daily life? A simple exercise is to choose one random act of kindness every week without waiting for someone else to ask. It could be helping a friend who is struggling, or simply sharing useful advice with a colleague. These small acts will help you build lasting relationships and create a stronger community. When you help others, you not only create a positive impact, but also feel the joy and fulfillment from your actions. Seneca said, "Life is giving and receiving. Giving is how you show the abundance of your soul." That's right. When you give, you not only enrich the lives of others, but also make yourself richer. Another great example is Mother Teresa, who dedicated her life to helping the poor and abandoned. She gave not only her wealth, but also her heart and soul, leaving a profound impact on millions of people around the world. In fact, helping others doesn't have to start with grand gestures. You can start with small things, like helping a stranger or sharing knowledge with someone in need. These acts are not only meaningful to the recipient, but also help you build an open heart, enriching your own life. A practical tip for you is to find opportunities every day to give, even the smallest things. When you start living with the spirit of sharing, you will not only receive joy, but also connection and understanding from those around you. The giving and receiving cycle in community relationships is: when you give, you receive joy and appreciation, while building a strong and loving community. 5. A strong sense of responsibility. Responsibility is not something distant or abstract. It is a key factor in building trust and respect. A strong sense of responsibility means you are not only aware of your actions, but also willing to take responsibility for every decision you make. A responsible person will always be trusted and respected because they stand firm in every situation and never avoid consequences. Look at Marcus Aurelius, the great Roman emperor. Even at the height of power, he always took responsibility for his actions, from the most important decisions to the mistakes made in government. He never blamed circumstances and always faced every difficulty with a high sense of responsibility. You can practice a sense of responsibility by keeping track of the important decisions you make each day, and then self-assessing whether you truly take responsibility for your results. Are you willing to admit mistakes, or do you just blame circumstances or others? For example, at work, when you admit your mistakes and actively seek ways to fix them instead of blaming others, you not only build respect from your colleagues, but also learn a lot from your own failures. Be honest. Do you often blame circumstances or others? That's right. This can help you realize that, in many cases, we can control and change the outcome if we dare to face and take responsibility for our actions. As Epictetus once said, "Do not blame others for your actions. Only you have control over yourself." This is the core of the responsibility spirit in Stoic philosophy. You have the power to control your actions, and that is the most important aspect of building maturity. Nelson Mandela, who took responsibility for his choices in the struggle for freedom, despite being imprisoned for 27 years, never blamed his circumstances or anyone else, but instead remained steadfast in his ideals. This determination is a powerful testament to how taking responsibility can lead to great social change. If you find these ideas useful and interesting, Please share this content with those around you, because the values you give will return to you in similar ways. View failure as a lesson, not an excuse. When you take responsibility, you learn and grow continuously, instead of drowning in blame or denial. When you admit mistakes and take action to fix them, you not only solve the problem, but also grow more mature every day. 6. Always show humility. Humility is one of the most important qualities a person can possess, and in Stoic philosophy, it is not just about being modest in speech, but a way of life. Humility helps you expand your understanding, build trust, and develop lasting relationships. Because when you are constantly learning and listening, you will absorb new things and always find ways to improve yourself. Socrates is one of the prime examples of humility. Socrates always claimed, "I know that I know nothing." Even though he is considered one of the greatest philosophers, Socrates always maintained this humble attitude, which allowed him to continuously develop his intellect and expand his knowledge. To practice humility effectively, listen to others' opinions before you offer your own. Do not rush to contradict or argue, but take time to understand their viewpoint. This will not only help you learn more, but also demonstrate respect for others. For example, in real situations, such as in a meeting, be brave enough to admit when you don't know the answer instead of pretending to understand. This does not diminish your value, but makes you seem more trustworthy, as you are willing to face the truth and find ways to improve. A quote from Seneca stated, "Arrogance is the greatest obstacle on the path to wisdom." Indeed, arrogance is the major barrier preventing people from learning valuable lessons from others and growing themselves. Are you willing to admit your mistakes and learn from others? Sometimes, humility can be the key to unlocking learning and growth opportunities that you might not have realized. Surely, Abraham Lincoln is a name you are not unfamiliar with. Even though he was the President of the United States, he always displayed humility in all his decisions and actions. He never considered himself as someone who knew everything, but always opened his heart to listen and accept others' opinions, which helped him lead the nation through difficult times. Do not be afraid to say, "I don't know, but I will find out." This phrase demonstrates humility and a commitment to lifelong learning, which will help you build lasting relationships with those around you and develop yourself. When you live humbly, you will have the ability to listen, learn, understand yourself and others better, build strong relationships, and earn respect from everyone. 7. Confidence without arrogance. Confidence is an important quality that helps you become strong and decisive in life. However, confidence needs to be nurtured with humility and respect for others, avoiding turning into arrogance. A confident person not only believes in their abilities, but is also willing to listen and learn from others, always knowing when to adjust and improve. Marcus Aurelius, a great Roman emperor, is a prime example of confidence without arrogance. Despite holding great power, Marcus Aurelius lived simply and never flaunted his authority. He understood that confidence in power and knowledge does not need to be displayed through grandeur, but rather through actions and integrity. A simple practice exercise to cultivate confidence is to reassess your successes and failures. Be clear about what you have done well and what you need to improve, and build confidence based on facts and experience rather than becoming complacent or exaggerating your abilities. Imagine in a real situation, during a meeting, you can express your opinions without seeking approval from others. Confidence helps you maintain your perspective, but it's also important to remember that listening and respecting others' opinions is crucial for maintaining healthy and effective relationships. Arrogance often stems from complacency, while confidence always comes with humility and the ability to adjust. So, in reality, Do you often distinguish between confidence and arrogance? Share your views on this with us and everyone. The philosopher Epictetus once said, "Be confident, but always be willing to learn and adjust." These are also the basic principles of Stoic philosophy, and we encourage you to maintain confidence, but always remain open to learning and adjusting yourself in every situation. Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, is a prime example of confidence without arrogance. He was always confident in his vision, but at the same time, he never stopped learning and listening to his team. This combination helped Apple become one of the most creative and successful companies in the world. In fact, to develop strong confidence, focus on developing your abilities rather than just showing off. When you have enough capability and knowledge, confidence will come naturally without needing to boast. Confidence is certainty about your abilities, but arrogance is exaggeration, lack of humility, and disrespect for others. Always maintain confidence along with a mindset of learning and continuous improvement, and you will become a person who is highly respected by many.